Morning, everybody. John Swift on the trail hike again. I decided to go a little further north in Myakka Park to do this trail hike deal. Last time I was further south, I guess. I'm trying to think. It was Powerline Road that I started out on. This one's a little different. This is the one that we went on a couple weeks ago. And I got a little lost because my GPS wasn't working. And maybe we couldn't see the trailblazers. I think the color coding is blue on this trail. A little while ago, I found I was riding down the road and there was an actual otter. I can't remember what they call it, the giant otter or something like that. It was a little black thing. When I got closer, I noticed it was an otter, little short, squat legs, a little tail sticking out. So I saw the otter on the road. He started running. I pulled up really quietly. I turned off the engine. I started chasing him. I didn't get my camera started fast enough to see him. It's like one of those Bigfoot things. Like I couldn't get my camera on.
If you look at my GPS on the left up here, this is supposed to be the same area as this map, but these lines don't exactly match up to these lines. It's a slight variation. Like this line is supposed to be this road, so I would trust this more, but I don't know if this GPS is going to work when I get out there.
One thing, a cool thing I wanted to show you about this hiking stick. I'm trying to figure out what kind of hiking stick. It says Sure Light. I forget what company makes it, but I think they don't make this one anymore. Unfortunately, I got a second-hand store. Anyway, it's a fairly light deal. It's got the spike, removable bottom spike. It has a monopod attachment on. Can you see this? If you take off the top knob, it's actually got a camera mount that you can put your camera on, so it doubles as a tripod type of thing. Every once in a while I get these funny feelings like I'm going to see an animal or something. I don't know what it is. I'm just kind of cruising along. I don't know if it's like if it's my real nature sense, or if I'm just having like a paranoid thing. Every once in a while, I get this feeling like I think there's an animal around the corner or something. It's hard to explain. I'm starting to get a little bit hungry, so this is what I brought. Was this Jack Link's jerky. I usually like to eat the original. I don't like the flavored ones, but this I've eaten for lunch before. And it usually keeps me pretty energized. The protein keeps me going when I've been out on like long trips and stuff like that. I didn't have time to go to lunch, so I'm gonna eat some of this jerky. Even though I ate breakfast probably about an hour and a half ago. I think I might load up on some protein right now. Plus it tastes really good. All right, so I'm here with John, and we kind of hooked up on this trail. We're sort of at a crossroads here. There's some car trails, then there's this weird what do you call that, not clear thing where there's a trail here. It doesn't actually say, it's saying Myakka Trail that way, and then this conversely it says Myakka Trail Island that way. So, but it's not marking this trail. We're trying to figure out where Mossy Hoke I just invented a new campsite. Mossy Hammock campsite is. So we're sort of sitting here debating. John's checking the map.
It's not even, because I'm not even seeing Myakka Island Trail on the map. Like, yeah. I'm seeing an island road.
See, I think there's a call for an update on these maps.
Yeah, seriously.
So we're still looking for the campsite with John here. John, what are your thoughts on the skunk ape in Myakka Park?
Well, I mean, I do believe that animal could exist, but I just don't believe in a lot of like the films and everything that people try to say, oh, I saw Bigfoot. I don't really believe in a lot of that stuff. But I do believe that animal could exist. Just haven't found it yet.
We're still looking.
Still looking for it.
Still need attention. If you go on YouTube, you'll find, I don't know if it's in the hundreds yet, but a lot of people have got Bigfoot footage of, you can't tell if because they can make some great, with the technology today, they can make great Bigfoot suits.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to really tell. Because it's not like we have a frame of reference. This is exactly what Bigfoot's supposed to look like. But there's a guy that's claiming that there's one
What the heck is that? Is that doo-doo?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Are those dung beetles? Ew, it
Yeah.
smells like doo-doo. It smells like Bigfoot. That's Bigfoot poop right there.
That's way too small for Bigfoot.
Maybe it was a little one.
It was a little baby Bigfoot.
A lot of
Little
people.
Bigfoot Junior.
A lot of people are claiming that they have footage of the parents with the children, like the little one would be like 4 foot. So maybe that was a little, looks like diarrhea. So maybe it was a baby one even. There was, I think there was some dung beetles
Baby
on it.
Sasquatch had an upset tummy. There was like a down here a little bit ago and a whole bunch of water.
I thought this was like a gully or
But
something.
if you, like, see, right over here, there's like a little bridge that they made for you. Like, there's probably a lot more water running under here. But
Now we're getting somewhere.
right up over here is the campsite.
You gotta know what to look for here. See, there's actually a
Like I said, it gets a
wood
little
bridge
deep up here, so you really got to know what you're looking for.
because there was actually no marker.
Yeah, you just got to know where it is.
So I would have had to look around if it was just me. I would have had to look for it.
You probably would have kept going on that trail to like the next campsite and completely missed this one.
And they've got the proverbial log to sit on here. So this is what a primitive campsite looks like. It's really not much here, just cleared enough. And I assume it's sort of in a high spot, so when it rains, you don't get rained on. But
Yeah.
this is for like your trash and stuff and your food.
For like all your gear, like you got your backpack, you take it off, hang it on all those posts, and then you just like kind of like yeah.
Is this marked like number 2 or something? Look at the size of that nail.
Yeah.
Good Lord. That's,
Yeah, you just-
that's a jumbo nail.
Hike
Sweet.
out here with all your stuff on your back, put it up there, then bring it out from there and make your camp.
That's pretty sweet. So it's mostly just been cleared out. Still got a lot of trees around, really pretty. And basically like it's got enough palm fronds in case Bigfoot came in, you could hear him coming from the perimeter.
Here, breaking all the fronds.
Yeah, hopefully, because the fronds are very loud. I started off hiking by myself. I didn't see anybody behind me. And there was one guy that was actually sitting here that was painting right here when I first started. That noise is an airboat. And when I was, I don't know how far, I was maybe like 3/4 of a mile up the path. I look back and there's a guy behind me, and it was this guy John that I was talking to, just talking about stuff. And he hikes out here a lot, so it was kind of cool that he showed up and was able to show me the campsite, because the campsite was not really marked. What it was is it was kind of like a little dirt road. It kind of looked like a gully that was dry on the side, but there was no actual marking that said campsite. So it's tricky to find that one. Now that I know where it is, if he hadn't been here, I don't know that I would have found that. I think that one was called Mossy Hammock Campsite. It's marked on the trail map. See an alligator right there? He was on land, and as I walked up, he took off. I guess maybe he saw me hanging out. See, they always make alligators like really aggressive, but when they see you, they take off. I don't know if that's like what the deal was, but those birds were walking right by him, and he wasn't even flinching. But the erring on the side of caution is always preferred method about nature. Always err on the side of caution. And try not to get my foot stuck in the mud. Just use common sense when it comes to dangerous animals or alligators. This is what you'd normally see during, like, I guess a regular sort of time. Would be a couple alligators piled up on shore there, sunning themselves. There's a couple over here, as well as another guy over here. They're usually just sort of hanging out most of the time. I rarely ever see them like doing anything extraordinary, you know, like every once in a while you'll catch one swimming or something, but that's kind of like an alligator's life. It's just sort of hanging out, and they're not fishing. I think they fish at night. I think there's another guy over there too, over there. Looks like he's actually moving some. Yeah, he's actually moving. Check that out. He's actually moving around on shore, which is kind of rare. You never see him moving much. Getting a good sunbathing spot there, I think. Some of my other vlogs, I've actually had them like where they were actually swimming around and stuff. That's what you'd expect to see, is just sort of a bunch of sunbathing alligators.
hanging out.